How about that president? How about that Trump fella? How crazy is this? If there's ever been a real indication that we're in a simulation, it's like this season of USA is the craziest season that's ever existed. There's so many twists and turns, so many plots, so many villains, so many incompetent, bumbling fools that you're like, there's no way that lady's a heartbeat away from the president. There's no way. There's no way someone is not telling her to stop saying that same thing over and over again. What can be unburdened by what has been? Like, she just says it over and over and over again. This isn't real. This is writing. Someone wrote this. It seems like a script.
When a president that is giving a speech gets shot in the ear and then stands up and goes full John Bender at the end of Breakfast Club.
Bro, he pumps his fist in the air.
That was a
guy who's the photographer is a wizard. That guy who got that photograph,
the flag above it.
Yes, and the angle that he got it, like where he was standing when he took the photo. It's one of the most iconic photos of all time.
So
Wow.
Move in position of...
That's nuts. So you could see as the bullets start flying, this dude doesn't even duck. He's still got his camera out. He's right behind Trump, and he's just got his camera out. That is so gangster. I mean, you want to talk about getting a shot no matter what? He's running around. There could be bullets flying his way.
I would think you're holding up something black in your hand that's pointed at the president. You'd get shot.
I mean, the Trump story is right out of a movie. And I'm hoping it's not a Stephen King movie.
This came out while we've been recording.
Secret Service ramped up security after receiving intel of an Iranian plot to assassinate Trump. No known connection to shooting. Oh, they ramped that up, and so they ignored the roof 150 yards away?
Yeah.
So much of it that seems fake, like the female Secret Service agent that can't holster her weapon. Have you seen this? She's like moving around all radically, and she tries to holster her weapon. She can't get it in there, and she can't figure out how to put it in there. And she stops for a minute, and she just tries back to do it again. And it looks so fake.
Is she an actress?
No, it looks like an actress, though.
Okay.
It looks like if you were going to have a bumbling person in a movie, like almost like a comedy of errors or a Coen Brothers movie about an assassination attempt on a president.
And I could nail.
Yeah, it seems like, okay, now you're panicking. You don't know what the f*** going on. You really shouldn't be here. Go. You're like, where do I put my gun? Like it does. You want Secret Service cool, calm, collected, high ready with the gun, scanning the area, looking left and right.
Yep.
You want them like swift, decisive movements. You don't want to see any of this squirrely trying to put the gun back in. It seems fake.
When you see the Reagan shot, it is just a bunch of people moving as one.
They dive on him. Yeah. Bang, dive on him. It almost seems like as this simulation gets further and further along, it gets more and more insane. The Trump one is just so nuts too. Like if he turns his head at the last second and the bullet grazes his ears, if he didn't, it hits the back of his head and he's dead. And then we fall into chaos and who knows what the fuck is.
Big chaos.
And then people think that the Biden administration had Trump killed. And
consideration.
And then there's these questions like, how the fuck does this 20-year-old kid climb on that roof 150 yards away and no one sees him?
Well, that one guy was pointing at him the whole time.
Yes.
He's like pointing to... He's like, he's right there.
And they're yelling, he's got a gun. There's a guy in the prone position on a roof 150 yards away from the former president. The whole thing's nuts. Or we're in the Matrix. This is a fake movie. It seems like almost to watch this, the most bombastic and manly of presidents, for a lack of a better term, to see him with these two female bumbling Secret Service agents, especially the one, to see everything happen the way it is, to see that they knew this guy was on the roof, to hear that guy had pointed his rifle before that at a cop. So the cop engaged him, he pointed the rifle and the cop ran away. The guy climbed the roof with a ladder. You can see the ladder. The whole thing is bananas.
Yeah,
He's 20 years old, and then you find out he was in a BlackRock commercial. You're like, is this the Black Mirror? Like, tell me what's going on. Is this real? Okay, he won. Like, they've just given in. They're not even going to try to run anybody other than Biden now. They were trying to get Biden out. And now I think they've abandoned that.
Well, I wonder if they're doing the old, like, train the boxer as a
going
southpaw.
on?
And that
Jamie, stop.
it just came.
The whole thing's so wild. There's video of the kid in the BlackRock commercial, and you're like, what? And there's the video of a kid, like, they're saying he's getting bullied in high school, but it doesn't seem like he's being bullied. It seems like everyone's having fun because he's talking about how he has a 10-inch penis, and they're just filming each other. It looks like they're having fun. 20 years old, and he's got this idea, and he pulls it off. He actually gets a shot off and nicks him, and then they kill him. Like, you're seeing this 20-year-old kid, his life is over. Like, somehow or another, he talked himself into trying to assassinate the president as a lone gunman in Pennsylvania, got on top of a roof, either through sheer incompetence or for some other reason. He actually gets a shot off, and the president just moves his head at the right time. Like, the whole thing is, if it was in a movie, I'd be like, shut the f up.
That'll make you believe in God. That's like God's up there when he's going like, I don't want to talk to this guy yet. He's a lot.
Yeah.
I don't want him up here yet.
Maybe
I don't want
it's
him.
that.
I'm the greatest angel.
Or maybe he wants him here to expose how crazy our political system really is. Because the only way we find out how coordinated everything is, whether you're a Trump fan or not, even if you hate Trump, put that aside for a second, and just look at how much coordination there is in the media to go after him. And it exposes like this thing where you have to step back and go, wait a minute, hold on a second. What's really going on? Like, whether you hate that guy or not, hate him, think he's a crook, hate him, think he's a liar, hate him. Don't you think it's weird that they're all in lockstep with the way they talk about him, even with things that aren't true? Like, especially like the Russia collusion hoax that they all talked about for years and years. I thought it was real. I thought, like, he colluded with Russia, and that was like the crazy thing about him winning the presidency. Oh my God, he worked with Russia. Maybe Russia has something on him. You kept hearing about it, right? That was just bullshit. And they went through that for years and years, and then you start going, okay, what else is coordinated? But every newspaper is like, this is bullshit. This is impossible. It could not happen. This was Russian disinformation. You hear it about like every story. It's like so hard to understand. Like, what is the motivation to getting these stories out? Are these narratives created by the real government that runs everything and then like tells the news organizations that are in business with them what to say and what to do?
Who knows? I mean,
that's where it gets spooky.
You get like, you're voting for a guy who isn't doing much when he gets there. I mean, there's a lot of people around that are making these things. Trump wouldn't play the political game if he wouldn't put the people on the Supreme Court. I mean, I know it's his job when he's in there, but if he wouldn't do any of that shit, he's definitely the come out on stage and be like waving papers. You guys aren't going to believe this.
Yeah.
And tell everybody everything.
He is, if you... What a crazy turn of it. Again, seems like it's written. Seems like a script. Seems like a simulation. It really does. So much of life really feels like a simulation. And the thing about this Trump stuff and just all of this stuff that's happening with the guy who's at the helm of one of the biggest social media networks in the world is Elon Musk. Elon Musk said that the odds of us not being in the simulation are in the billions. He believes wholeheartedly that we're in a simulation.
Thank you for tuning in. If this journey resonated with you, I'd be honored if you clicked like, subscribe to the channel, and rang the notification bell to stay updated on future content. Your support is invaluable to me. Stay curious.